The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Cash. Los Angeles. Rock and roll. My money.
When will they stop?
Well, now. Long Beach, clear skies.
And now, on with the show.
Sort of. Welcome to Mornings on the Beach, our hobbled together from home edition. I'm Danny Lemos, and I'm at home recovering from COVID. Oh, no. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks.
And I'm Mike Stark.
And I'm Melanie Ray.
And today,
feeling fine.
Thank you, God, that somebody's feeling fine. However, because we learned how to do this during pandemic, we figured we could still do a show.
Yeah.
And it's the one reason I got out of bed today, so let's make it worth it. Today on the show, we're going to be talking, it's a Movers and Shakers edition, at least it's starting to shape up that way. And we're going to start off coming up with one of the Movers and Shakers that's involved in the Long Beach Symphony and the success they've been having. We'll get to that. And Mike?
Yeah, and we're going to have a San Pedro publisher that's been involved in the community over there for a lot of decades, but he's also a musician, and we're going to talk about his musical stuff.
And we're going to talk to another mover and shaker of Long Beach and his event that's going on in Belmont Shore this Sunday. So that's going to be great, too.
It's really great, but I started off by saying, yes, I got COVID. I was out and about celebrating my birthday a couple of days in advance, and it's a good thing I did that because right as soon as I got back from Halo up at Breakers, I came down with a sore throat, and the next morning woke up and felt kind of poorly. Felt just like a cold, but it was more than that. Tested positive for the first time ever. Survived it since 2020, but didn't this time.
Oh, this is your first run?
Yeah, this is the first one. Can you believe that? So anyway, there you go. And today on the show, like I said, we're going to be talking with the director of the Long Beach Symphony. Executive director is your title, Kelly?
It's actually president.
President.
Ooh. Even better.
Pardon me. And that's only one of the things she does. But welcome to Mornings on the Beach, Kelly. Do you know Melanie and Mike, our co-hosts here?
I don't believe we've met.
Hey, welcome to our
Melanie.
show. Sorry about the hobbled together COVID show that we're putting together, but I'm recovering. And I just want to say, hey, if you didn't get your shot, you run out and get it, because I got it and I still caught a very mild case. Felt like a bad cold, but I popped back quickly enough to do the show. Here we are. But I'm not testing negative, so I got to stay away from folks for a little bit. But anyway, that's why we're all hobbled together here. But welcome. Well, you have been at the Long Beach Symphony, since 2013, right? And before that, I was pleased to find out you were involved with the Orange County High School of Performing Arts.
So I've worked for the LA Philharmonic, I worked for Pacific Symphony, for OSHA, and then Pacific Chorale. But that whole time, I've lived in Long Beach, raised my kids here.
Wow.
So when this job opened up 13 years ago, I thought, I can get off that 405 freeway and come home and give back to my own community. So,
And what appealed to you about the job, if I may ask?
Oh, well, so I'm a former elementary school teacher. That was my first career. Mm-hmm. And I was always impressed by Long Beach Symphony's commitment to music education. A lot of organizations talk about music education, but Long Beach really does put its money where its mouth is, and they dedicate a lot of time and money to supporting Long Beach Unified, Long Beach City, Cal State, and all the different educational institutions here. So that's really what drew me here.
That's great. And go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, how long has the symphony been part of the Long Beach community?
I'm glad you asked that. We started 91 years ago.
Wow.
So we're one of the oldest.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Long Beach, and I remember going to the Symphony in elementary school. I think it was 6th grade, and they would pick us all up in buses. And of course, it was the music exposure, which is wonderful. But it was also how to act in public, how to cheer, how to clap appropriately, how to behave in that kind of setting. I still remember it.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it is.
If you grew up in Long Beach in the last 60 years. Couple of things. We bus every year. We bus all 4th and 5th graders to the Terrace Theater. Mm-hmm. So that's 12,000 of you have come every year, serving nearly 1 million Long Beach children since our inception. And we also have ensembles in the schools. So you probably remember having either a string, a wind, a brass, or a percussion group come in and perform at your elementary school for all second, third graders, all 54 elementary schools. It's incredible commitment. And we're lucky that Long Beach Unified has such a strong music education program. So happy to support it.
That's really great. I mean, I can see the changes in the last couple of years even, just in drawing in a younger crowd and some of the programming that's being done by the Symphony.
Well, we're lucky we have a donor that funded the launch of a family series, because that was a group of folks we weren't meeting the needs of. You know, we do 5 classics at the Terrace Theater. We bring in about 15,000 people there. We do 5 pops at the Arena. That's another 25,000 people, but we were missing helping families create lifelong memories together. And so a funder decided to help us solve that problem. So we do 2 of these family festival and concerts every year. And it's a fun way and an affordable way for families to experience, a day out where it doesn't break the bank.
I know you're being humble when you say a funder, because I know that you work really hard to get donors in. This lady, by the way, she's the mistress of donations. I've watched it. It's just,
I was like, wait a minute.
But it's what I mean is there's some magic that happens when you talk to Kelly and your wallet just falls open. And that's a talent, I think. And it's what makes the Symphony keep going, right? You've attracted enough major donors. And you know what you're doing. I mean, it's like something that's a strategy that most people don't realize is a skill as well.
And thank you for that. Orchestras rely heavily on donations. Like our budget's about $4 million, and $3 million of that comes from donations every year. So, that just shows you how hard we have to work. But I'll tell you, when I first started fundraising over 30 years ago, I was pretty bad at it. I don't like asking people for really anything. And so whether it's an auction item or a donation. And so when I started in fundraising, I thought I better figure this out, or I better choose another career. And so I realized in that sentence, I talked about me the whole time, my gift charts, my budgets, my line items. And I realized that I had to change the way I thought. It wasn't about me. And so really, to me now, fundraising, and I think the reason why I've been successful, I'm a matchmaker. I'm going to meet kind, generous people who want to give back to the community, because that's who they are. And I just introduce them to the Symphony, and they either fall in love and want to talk about how they can make a difference. But see, in that concept, I never talked about money. I never talked about me. It was always about helping people realize their dreams. And I think that was the pivot that changed the course of my career.
Can I ask you what your dream is that you're working on? I mean, I know Symphony-wise or otherwise.
Well, that's a good question. I think whether I'm also the president of Rotary this year, in addition to the Symphony, I'm working on the Olympics Committee. I'm co-chairing the Arts and Culture Plan for the city. All of those are part of my vision to unite all people through the transformative power of music, of service. Whether it's Rotary or the Symphony or the choir or education, for me, I think we have an opportunity to unite our community, whatever your political beliefs or your religious beliefs. Music is a safe space for everybody.
And there's that word in there about service. It always comes back to people who just want to serve. They're not looking at, the outcome for themselves. And it does make you feel so good. I mean, mentoring people here as we do at KLBP, it just is a great feeling when they catch on and they get excited of their own passions.
I mean, it's your personal mission statement, and that's my personal mission statement, is to be of service and to unite all people and to try and, create opportunities where people can come together in a very divisive world.
And if you're hanging out around the Long Beach Terrace Theater, you'll see some of those things in action. I was swamped by a kids' activity that was going on the other day, and I'm like, whoa, what happened? It was like a Long Beach Symphony event. And is there anything we want to make sure our audience hears from you as we get around to the end of our interview here?
I think what's important is that whether you can donate treasure or time, just get involved in your community and be a part of the solution. And I think that's what drives all of our nonprofit leaders, as well as all of our boards of directors or volunteers. They want to get in and try and make a difference.
Well, you led us right there. Is there a way for people to volunteer for the Long Beach Symphony?
Absolutely. You can just go on our website. We always have opportunities.
That's
I mean,
great.
we have huge concerts that require people to hand out programs or to, some people come and actually make food for our musicians during rehearsals. And of course, they love that.
Oh, wow.
With a union orchestra, these
Oh, that's
people are
great.
on the
Yes.
freeway all day long. So there are lots of ways to be involved, whether it's a family concert and volunteering at our family festival, our youth concerts. We're always looking for help. So we can't do it alone. It takes a village.
I'd like to get in there and clang these cymbals together just once. Would that be like an auction item?
We could probably for enough money, we can make that happen.
Okay, that'd be awesome. It always has been a dream to get on stage, go bang. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being with us.
Thank you
It was
so
nice
much.
to meet you.
It's really nice to meet you.
Great.
All right.
Keep up the great work.
And I didn't introduce you by your full name. I just said Kelly. So how do you pronounce your last name? I want to make sure I get it correctly.
It's Ruggirello.
Ruggirello.
Very good.
Kelly Kelly Ruggirello, right here. Thank you for being on Mornings on the Beach.
You're welcome.
I'll
Thanks
blame
for
it on
having
the cold medicine.
me. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Okay, here we go. Brand new music from Kingfish, who played the Blues Festival a couple of years ago here in Long Beach.
Oh.
This is a brand new song called Truth.
Truth.
Kingfish, who, as I mentioned, played the Long Beach Blues Festival a couple of years ago, and now he's got a big recording career, and that's from his latest album.
And we are Mornings on the Beach right here. God, I can hardly believe that it's almost Halloween. It's not like a week away from Halloween.
Yep.
Here we are, Danny Limos,
Mike Stark.
Melanie Ray.
and a special treat for you.
Oh, you see them quite often, standing there in the rain, lost in time, or drenched in this place. Denizens of the street, walking wounded or insane. You only see them when you're passing through. All of them appearing like ghosts out here. The faces on Pacific Avenue.
And that voice you're hearing there on that track is our very special guest on the show this morning.
Yeah, James Allen, who is the publisher of Random Links News. That's what he's kind of known for in the San Pedro area. How long has Random Links been around, James?
46 years almost, and
Wow.
I started it back in the winter of 1979.
Wow. That's been a while.
Now that may be older than many of the listeners.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But that's not what we're going to talk about today, because he also is a musician. You've got several albums out, but you're going to be highlighting one of the big albums upcoming on October 30th, live performance. You're going to perform the whole album, right?
Yes, plus a new song that I've never performed before.
Oh, wow.
So one of the things that people don't really know about me, because most people just recognize me as the face in the newspaper, is that basically I'm a storyteller. My talents come both in the writing, both journalistically, but also more poetically. And I've been playing music ever since I was 15 years old. And the biggest challenge, of course, is as an original singer-songwriter, is actually finding your true voice. And I think that with the Apparitions album, which I released, my my greatest mistake there was releasing it the October before the pandemic hit.
Oh no!
So the whole album has only been performed live once before this. And I thought that, Apparitions, the Ghosts on Pacific Avenue, hey, what better time of year to do it than Halloween? You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And the album itself is very thematic because it really focuses on what's going on or what went on and what continues to go on in the San Pedro area. And it's just a great album. I will point out that if people go to the LA Radio Sessions Mixcloud page, you will find an interview that I did with James during COVID, I believe, and we cover that album. So you can hear the whole album or most of the album in that interview. But it's great that you're going to be able to perform it live, right?
Yeah, and it'll be also live streamed. If you can't get to the Collage venue on Pacific Avenue, so it's, the venue is Pacific Avenue. The topic is it goes to Pacific Avenue. But, one of the things I realized that's very important about this particular album is that the imagery and the stories could be almost any kind of community anywhere in America.
Sure.
Any place that has a waterfront or an old downtown. Long Beach has got a Pacific Avenue. And I'm sure that the people that live there have sort of the same kind of impressions about some of the people that they see, but they never really know who they are,
That's wild. Is it just you performing on stage, or are there other folks with you?
This is my band called the James Report, and it's Yuki Hidashi on violin, Eric Kongsao on harmonica, and Freddie Schroeder on guitar, electric guitar. And of course, myself.
That's wild. That's great.
Yeah. So, the other interesting thing about this album is that when I finished it, I realized that it was more like a short novel. It's a 2 CD set with a lyric book, and each song is sort of like a chapter in this story. That goes from one thing to another thing, to another scene, and there's some characters are repeated in different songs, actually, like Freddie the Hat. He has his own song, actually. But, these characters are really enigmatic in their own way.
And one of the characters is the famous poet-writer Charles Bukowski.
Oh, no kidding. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I had the fortune to be introduced to the old bard of the bars back in the early 90s. And this song is about meeting him, and I spent an entire evening drinking with him. And the interesting part is that I really got an insight into who this man was. We drank so much. We started in the early evening, and we didn't get finished until about 4 o'clock, maybe a little bit later. And I realized that you can actually drink yourself sober.
Come around the other side again, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure about the science of that.
That's wild.
I'm not so sure about the science either, but it happened to me with him, and I realized that's what he was doing with all of his drinking. It was a way you clear out all of the clutter, and then what you have left is sort of the distilled thing, and there's a certain clarity, and I'm not recommending this on a regiment for anybody, but there was a certain clarity of thought, and that's where he wrote from. And he wrote a lot of bad poetry, okay, but he wrote some really great poetry. And the song, What Matters Most Is How You Walk Through the Fire, is a line from one of his poems that is, it's about meeting him, about drinking with him, and about his death. That's right.
So give us the rundown of where you're going to be and how people can join in on this this experience of you doing the entire album.
So I'm going to be at the Collage studio space, 731 South Pacific Avenue in San Pedro. Performance starts at 7:00 on October 30th. And I'll be there with the whole band. I think you can get early tickets for about $20. And you can also live stream. If you go to their website, there's a choice for purchasing the live stream of the entire show.
That's great. Well, I hate to cut you short, but that's all the time we've got today. Let's go out. We're going to be playing a little bit more from you right now. Let's hear a song that is entitled Going Down to See Marilyn Tonight.
Yes.
James and Ellen, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right. Great being with you guys.
We're going down to Maryland at the Alhambra tonight.
This is 99.1 FM, KLBP Long Beach. It's Mornings on the Beach, your Saturday, Sunday entertainment. Our at-home edition, as I climb out of bed from COVID. Danny Lemos right here.
Mike Stark.
Melanie Ray.
From her car in someplace unknown.
Downtown Long Beach.
Well, she's a busy gal. There's a lot going on. And I got to tell you something. In the last couple of months, I really, really have become sort of looking around for a part of Long Beach that says it all. It has everything, and that's Belmont Shores. As we get more involved in the activities down there, I love it. It brings such a different group of people together than we normally see in downtown. For instance, no shopping carts. But there's a lot going on this weekend, and Melanie's going to tell us all about what's happening down there and introduce our guest.
All right. Well, we have here Max Evans, local author, creator, organizer, book guy, all-around great guy. How you doing, Max?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got an exciting thing coming up this Sunday, the 19th. What's going on?
Yeah, so we're going to have the second annual Belmont Shore Book Festival this Sunday, October 19th. It's going to run from 11 to 4 o'clock. We are going to feature over 80 authors who will be tabling, and that's about a 30% increase from last year.
Nice.
So, yeah, and we actually had to deny about 15 authors, so I think it's going to be something that's going to continually grow in Long Beach. So, and it's something we definitely needed to reflect our, our vast variety of talent that we have here.
Max, I've been to book fairs before, so I know what goes on. But for most people that are hearing it on the radio, they're thinking, well, how exciting could that be? So what would they find when they walk along and meet the authors? What's going on? Explain a little bit.
That's funny, because last year we were setting up for the book festival, and this guy walks by and he's seeing everything get set up, and he's like, oh man, what is this? What's going on? I said, oh yeah, we're having a book festival. He said, oh. Hey, go with the kid. But no, I mean, like, Mel was there last year and it was super packed. But yeah, no, this is an opportunity for basically our Long Beach residents to meet their neighbors who are also authors. And so, of course, they have like the tables that they sit at and they sign their work. But we also have workshop schedule. We have panel discussions as well. So even if you've never written before, you can always try out some of the workshops. So we have one on acrostic poems. We have one we have one for little authors. It's called Spooky Writing for Kids.
Wow.
Then for fiction, we have someone who's going to teach about making trouble for your characters, because you need that for your writing. And then we have someone also is going to lead a panel on storytelling and how to master the delivery. So that's fun for people who maybe want to try their hand at writing. And then we also have a panel discussion. And one of the first one is a bilingual children's hour.
Oh.
And so authors who speak Spanish and English in their books do the same. And then we got this great lineup of poets. That hour is called Long Beach LBC Poets Vibing Together. And then Mel is going to tell us more later about our storytelling discussion. It's called Story Time in the LBC.
Yep.
And then I'll be on a panel as well. Panel is called Dad Lit, Dismantling the Doofus Dad Trope. Yeah. And then the grand finale, this is what I'm looking forward to the most myself. And I'm sure everyone who attends will definitely want to be at this one. We're going to have a unique reading experience. And it's basically going to be a author relay. Each author is going to have 3 minutes to read their work that's based on something in Long Beach. So maybe a location, could be a person or character that they developed here in the city. But everything is Long Beach based. And so right now I'm designing who's going to go first, second, third, and, I probably, what the themes will be for each section. The other reason why I find this so exciting is that the name of this is the Gerald Laughlin Long Beach Writer Relay. Oh. And for those that don't know, Gerald Laughlin was a professor at Long Beach State's MFA program for over 40 years.
Wow.
And he is the leading voice from the early West Coast independent poet scene. And so he published over 100 books of poetry and fiction and essays. Wow. So one of the most prolific writers we've ever had in our city. He did pass during the pandemic. But his son has given us the blessing to utilize his name for the relay. And his son will also be accepting the Long Beach Literature Legacy Award posthumously for his father. So that's the big one for me. Yeah, so that's where it all comes together like fireworks at the end of the show.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I know my little bit of it, which I'm very excited about. Our bit of it, which we're excited about, is we're joining with the Long Beach Community Theater in Ann Wellman, and we've got storytellers from the Long Beach Community Theater, and we have storytellers from KLBP. Woo! I'm going to be there, and Danny Lemos, and Cinnamon, and Reba, and telling our stories from the LBC, and that's all up at the Chase parking lot.
That's correct. On 2nd Street. Correct.
How much of the day do you have programming from that stage? Is that all day?
From that stage? Yeah, from 11 to 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
So we're able to expand it this year. I asked, so that everybody wants to get on stage too. So it's tough trying to get everybody on there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Melanie knows we better bring the hook.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So, Max, you also are an author, I understand. You're a writer as well, right?
Yeah. So I attended Long Beach State's MFA program in creative writing for fiction. And immediately after, I published a book of short stories called Where's Pops? And it focuses on fathers as central characters. And from the sales, I created, I think it was 4 scholarships for fathers attending local community colleges.
Wow.
Yeah, and then what else? More recently, I published my first novel called Escape to Butterfly Ave. And it's set during the pandemic. Wow. And it is based on a father just trying to be there for his daughter, but in the midst of the pandemic and all the struggles that came during that time. And the unique part is that each chapter of the novel is based on different hip hop songs.
Oh, really?
Oh,
and
great.
so what I did is I kind of blended them all together seamlessly through one character, the storyline. And so some of the artists include KRS-One, Too Short, Outkast, Lupe Fiasco, Eminem, Atmosphere. And so that was a huge writing challenge. I'd never seen anybody do that before. And you know how we are in Long Beach. We don't do things like everybody else does. So,
Right.
You know, we got to be at the forefront.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
So I published that a few years ago. I won the Drury Award in fiction, and then I was nominated for Best New Novelist as well.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So you're the right
thank
guy to set up a book fair, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, through the years of workshops and open mics and, you know, joining different shows, I've met a lot of people along the way.
Now that people have heard all about it, let's give them the information again.
Yeah, so it's on Sunday, October 19th. It goes from 11 to 4.
That's great. And it's on 2nd Street in Belmont Shores. Bring the family out. It's a great event. Everything down there is so family-oriented. I love it.
Yeah.
So we'll look for...
KLBP will be set up.
And we'll see
Ready
you
to
there.
Say hi, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Max, for joining with us today.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Have a good one. See you Sunday.
You too.
See you Sunday.
Bye-bye now.
All right, bye.
And coming up next on the show, we're going to be giving you information about something that's coming up on Saturday. So if you're listening to this on Sunday, you can just tune us out. That's about the No Kings March coming up. But first, we're going to play a little music.
It's brand new music from Molly Tuttle. She's making waves out there right now. And this is a song called The Highway Knows. All right, that's Molly Tuttle and brand new music, The Highway Knows.
Great song. I love it. You know, you're our music maven right here. Mike picks all of our songs, and that was a good one. Mornings on the Beach. I'm Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
Melanie Ray.
And, of course, we're talking about what's going on this weekend, as we always do in this segment. And there is a march, a protest going on, a rally, if you want to call it that. And we invited the organizer here. Tony Engberg is with us, the founder and lead organizer for 50501. Am I saying that correctly?
It's actually 5051 Long Beach, but we have actually rebranded.
Oh, as what?
We are the Southern California Resistance. We are part of a group called SoCal Uprising now.
That's awesome.
We recently rebranded. We just stepped away from the 5051 brand, but we are still organizing and going strong.
Well, this is Resistance Weekend all over the USA. And so what is happening here, hometown, Long Beach?
There's actually two actions. Indivisible is doing theirs down at Bluff Park at 10 a.m. They will just be protesting with signs and banners. We are actually doing a full rally at Bixby Park at noon. We have speakers. We have Chris Cluey coming out from Huntington Beach that is running for California State Assembly.
Yes.
Yeah, so Chris will be speaking. We have spoken word. We have people performing music. We will have vendors of different kinds, Palestinian food. It's going to be fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
so it's not at City Hall. I thought it was at City Hall this time.
No, it's at Bixby Park.
Uh-huh.
And there will be a march, but we never know where to.
Right.
Yeah.
I was present at the last rally that was held there. Were you all part of that as well? Was that your organization?
The last No Kings?
Yes.
We weren't in Long Beach. We were asked to help in LA. So that was crazy. So
I
we
bet.
all went to LA to assist 5051 SoCal. Yeah, and we probably had about 60,000 people, we're guessing.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, the end of the march met the front of the march met the tail of the march.
Wow.
Before we ever even moved, almost.
Well,
So,
I've been
yeah.
spreading the word since I heard about it all over, and I've been telling folks, and some of my neighbors came back at me with, "Oh, I don't think so." And I'm thinking, no, hold on. This is not normal times. So
Right.
Yeah.
give us a sense of why it's important that you take your butt off the couch and you get out into the street this Saturday.
Well, I mean, you can call it shaming, is what I tend to do.
I've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
Is what are you going to tell your grandkids?
Yeah.
Because this is not something you can say, I don't get involved in politics.
Right.
This is not something you can say, well, it's happening to somebody else, not us. Because we know what happened in Nazi Germany.
Right.
And it's no different right now.
Exactly.
It is
Right.
going on here, and we need to protect our Constitution, our democracy, our republic, so our children have, and our grandchildren and future generations have a chance.
Yeah. And what you're saying is so important because all you need to do is scroll through Netflix and see of a historical documentary of people that were there. And that's exactly what, if I had only known. So if you're hearing this now, you do know, right? Don't sit still. Get out and let your voice be heard. The numbers, I think, all over the nation, right? You're only one of one branch of this, correct, Tony?
Right. There are, I think, upwards of 3,000 protests organized, and those are the ones on Mobilize. A lot of people don't put their protests on Mobilize. They choose to do it organically,
Right.
so that people don't have to tie their name to a protest.
Yeah.
So there's lots of protests going on. They're expecting 15 million out in the streets this weekend. But attending a protest is not the only thing you can do. If you can't be at the protest, you can always help organize it. If you can't be out chasing ice, you can always help organize the people that do, or you can always take food to the people that are closed in due to the impact that it's having on our communities.
Oh,
I mean, if
yeah,
you look at LA,
absolutely.
Santee Alley, the garment district is naked. I mean, there's nobody there.
Wow.
Nobody's safe,
Right.
So, I mean, that's one of our biggest issues, is to stop ICE and stop what's going on in Palestine, the genocide. Because if you don't think it's related to what's going on here, what's going on over there, it
Right.
is. The ties between Israel and what's going on with Homeland Security in the United States is great.
And Tony, how long have you been involved with 5051?
Well, 5051, I was involved. I started in February of, God, has it only been a year?
It's been a long year, man.
That says it all.
Oh my goodness, I swear it was just this last
Wow.
February, huh?
I know.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
It's only
since
been 10 months.
But I've been an activist. I was a member of Occupy during
Me
that
too.
time.
Yeah, that's funny. I was too.
I've been a long time activist.
That's great.
It runs in the blood.
Thank God for you. Thank God for somebody who stand up and say, "I'll organize that, lad. Give it to me."
Yeah, just give it to me. I'll organize
Right.
it.
That's fantastic. So once again, let's run through the details that people want to know. The two events happening on Saturday.
Indivisible is having just a rally. I don't think they have any speakers. They will have people tabling with information. I know there's a petition, a No Kings petition going on. I think they will have that available. And they just pretty much, everybody stands and holds their signs and chants.
Yeah.
That will last for 2 hours. And then we are in touch with the organizers, and they will, the people that are not burnt out will be sent to us down at Bixby Park, which is a little bit west of where they are, about a mile.
Yeah, that's great.
So, but if they have a turnout like they did on the first No Kings, it may just bleed into ours anyway.
yeah.
So
What do you say to people who say that marching doesn't help?
marching helps, even if it doesn't help. I mean, civil disobedience always helps.
There you
You
go.
let them know we're not going to take it. These are our streets.
Right.
And they are our streets. We pay the taxes. The billionaires don't. I mean, we pay for these streets. These are our streets. And I mean, often the police are saying, stay out of the street. Can you get on the sidewalk?
Right.
No, sorry, our streets.
Right. Well, and I think too, it matters, obviously the administration doesn't, if they're affected by it, they don't let on. But I think it matters too that other countries see that we're out there going, this isn't, this isn't
People
our guy.
say, why can't we be like France? And well, look at the logistics.
We're not France. We're not
And
France.
Look at the
That's
unions, right?
Right.
But taking the streets isn't only for the optics for other people. It makes the protesters feel good.
That's true.
They love to scream and chant and march. And, it's some, even like I heard that Indivisible had no march planned the last No Kings, but they couldn't control it. So everybody took off.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And there was an organically grown march. And
Marchers do what marchers do, right?
Yeah, that's what protesters do, and they love to march.
And we will be marching on Saturday morning here, Saturday at 12 noon, Bixby Park here in Long Beach. Tony Engberg, formerly of 5051 and rebranded as, remind me?
Southern California Resistance.
We will see you. And where can people get more information if they're just tuning into this at the last
They
minute?
can log into Mobilize. They can look for SoCal Uprising or Southern California Resistance on any social media platform.
Great. Fantastic. Thank you so much for
Right.
being with us today.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem.
We'll talk
Have
to you.
a good one, you guys.
You too.
All right.
We'll talk to you on the other side. All right.
See you out there.
All right.
Yeah.
See you Saturday.
Great. Thank you. All right. And as we close out today, as we always do, if you're listening on Sunday, you missed the march. But but there's
Maybe
something-
you were there.
Yeah. There's something coming up for you just after our show.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. We got a brand new LA radio sessions with Bill Ward returning to the fold.
So
and he's going to
excited.
do an all Black Sabbath show.
We've got more attention on that show coming up here on our social media as well. So I'm excited about it. That's coming up here at 10 o'clock. And then let's head on out today. We've got a new song.
Yeah, this isn't Black Sabbath.
Far from it.
It's okay.
But it's a great song. It's brand new. It's the one and only Taylor Swift. It's her hit, The Fate of Ophelia.
Awesome.